All right, guys. I gotta say big thanks to Nathan for lending in his Mido Ocean Star Titanium because a little while ago I did the video of the Mido Ocean Star stainless steel and I really liked that watch. But in titanium, this thing is a home run. Um, I'm indifferent on the weight of a watch when it's on your wrist, but when titanium is done right, then the lightness is almost embraced. It feels really good. And the coloring and everything on this is actually really good too. It's not overly gray. It has some polishing, but I think because they used a really nice charcoal type gray on the dial and on the bezel insert, that it helps deflect some of the a little bit of grayness that you'll see in the titanium finishing. And then everything is like really smooth. There is no sharp edges anywhere. So it has all those great characteristics of the stainless steel model, but they just perfected it with titanium. And I'm actually, I'm really digging this colorway too. This grayish, I don't know what color tone it is exactly, but this gray with this bit of orange, and this is almost like a coppery orange type color on the bezel insert. It's just perfect. I was wearing my Detroit Tigers shirt earlier, and it like kind of matched it a little bit. It was a gray shirt with the orange of the Detroit Tigers. There's a lot of sports teams out there, so you can complement your sports team that you're rooting for with colorways of watches. I know tons of guys that do that. So. But let's break it down. Let's talk about the size of the watch. They're essentially identical to the stainless steel model, but it's a 42.5 millimeter watch, not including the crown guards or crown. It is a 49 millimeter lug to lug, and man, everything is just. I'm actually a big fan of titanium when it's done right. It's only. I got about 11.9. I think if you look at the literature or online references, they'll say it's about 11 3/4, but I measured it at 11.9 on this flat sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating on it. I have a 22 millimeter lug width, and the bracelet tapers down to about 19, maybe closer to like the high 18 mark. So it has a really nice taper to it. And although you have solid end links and you have the protruding center link of that, you still get a really nice articulation on the bracelet, so it lays flat. So this thing is going to be crazy comfortable. I didn't size it for my wrist, but I will give you a wrist shot right now. And yeah, it's going to flop around a little bit on me, but you can tell it wears great on my wrist. It's hard to do the close-up shots, but the titanium warmth of the titanium and the lightness of it and how smooth all the edges are and everything, this thing is just going to wear amazing. So you have a signed crown. You have one of the coolest case backs out there, really nice deep pressed case back there. It's actually screwed down. It's not a screw down case back, if that makes sense to you. But you can see some information on the back there, of course. You have a easy to turn 60 click bezel. I'm so used to saying 120 click, but this is actually a 60 click, which is, I've handled a lot of titanium watches, even that Seiko titanium one I did recently, that the bezel action on it was like not amazing. It works, but it's sometimes when you have titanium bezel on titanium watch, they're very weird tinny feeling. This one feels just like the stainless model. It feels really good. So screw down crown. You have your day date you're going to be able to hack. This is the 80-hour power reserve movement. You can actually see it on there. They call it a Calibre 80, but it's, this is all part of the swatch group, so it's going to be the same kind of movement that you're going to see across the lineup. But really nice applied indices. You can see the texture on the dial there is just so good looking. I really like that handset too, the way it's has a little bit of a hollow part towards the center post, and then they have some beveled edges, and then lume filled. We'll do a lume shot at the end, of course. But it's nice to have a day date on there with a full Swiss watch, and when you do the 12 or the midnight changeover, those are going to snap into place instead of the slow migration into what the day and date are, like you'll see on Seiko's. But excellent case shape. The finishing, this one's got some scratches and stuff like that on it. No big deal. Titanium's, there's different grades of titanium. I'm not actually sure which one this is, but you can see it has a really nice milled out clasp. This has that same buckle system that I liked on the stainless steel, where it has the micro adjust on the fly like that, but it also is still relatively thin. It's like so simple and makes so much sense. I don't know why others aren't doing it exactly like this. So you have screw links as well. Just an all-around home run watch. I don't know. If you look around on the web, price-wise, I think Joma has them on sale for like $650. Here's the hang tag. I believe retail is right around $1,000, but you're not going to pay retail for these. You're going to get them all day long, mid 600 up to upper 600s. But that should be your brand new gray market price for it as of today's date, which is the September 13th, 2019. So keep that in mind. If you're watching this 5 years down the road, this watch maybe is discontinued and the prices went way up because it's a desirable watch potentially. You never know. You just don't know what the market's going to do. But if you're looking for a really solid watch that is lightweight, and it's something that you could wear and use every day, and it has the day-date function, this is definitely a contender. Because you look on the used market, you're going to find these around $500. And that's a sweet spot for me, and I know it's a sweet spot for a lot of you guys as well. So let me give you a Lume shot, and then we'll call it a night. There you go. You got some, looks like BGW9 kind of Lume. It's not dropping off right away, so I think it's a solid enough application that it's going to last hours at minimum, possibly through the night. So I feel like a lot of these manufacturers are getting better with their Lume applications. Some of the ones that maybe disappointed in the past, I think they are listening maybe and stepping it up a bit. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Big thanks to Nathan for lending this in, and I will see you on the next video.